know you don't want none of me. Let's talk about them. Talking about diamond princess, bitch, you pawned all your diamonds a long time ago, ho. You don't own nothing but HIV and the HIV medications, because that's the only thing you ever had was diseases up your ass. We the people want to know who playing your sour, who remaking your fast down, who's sampling your hits, slinky neck.
What if I told you that one of hip-hop's wildest voices just went too far? And the target is none other than one of the hottest rising stars in the game right now. Yes, you heard that right. Khia, the outspoken rapper who never holds her tongue, has just exposed Sexyy Red in a way nobody saw coming. We're talking accusations so wild, so graphic, and so humiliating that fans are saying this could end careers overnight. According to Khia, this isn't about music beef. This isn't about clout. She's claiming Sexyy Red is walking around with incurable STDs, and she didn't stop there. Khia took it further, dragging her in front of millions with comments about her hygiene, straight up saying, "She stinks." The internet is in flames. Fans are split between disbelief and disgust. Some are saying Khia is clout chasing. Others swear she's telling the truth and leak DMS tweets. And voice notes suggest there may be more to this than anyone wants to admit. But here's the part that will blow your mind. Insiders claim Sexyy Red's own circle may have slipped details to Khia, which means this betrayal might be coming from the inside. And the deeper you look, the darker it gets to really understand just how explosive this moment is. We need to rewind, because this isn't just Khia randomly taking shots at Sexyy Red. No, this is a collision that was written in the stars, a powder keg waiting to blow. Let's start with Khia. For decades, Khia has worn the crown as one of hip-hop's most most unapologetic truth-tellers. She doesn't hold back, she doesn't sugarcoat, and she doesn't care who she offends. From the early 2000s, when she burst onto the scene with her infamous anthem My Neck, My Back, she built a brand around being brutally raw. And while other artists cleaned up their image for corporate deals and mainstream respect, Khia leaned further into the mess. She went on rants, dragged her peers, built a reputation as hip-hop's unfiltered auntie, the one who would call you out at Thanksgiving dinner with zero remorse. She's feuded with Trina. She S-shaded Beyonce. She S-clowned Nicki Minaj. And every time people thought, okay, Khia has finally gone too far, she came back louder. Fans know when Khia speaks, she comes with venom and she means it. That's her brand, chaos and controversy. Now, enter Sexyy Red, a complete opposite story. While Khia's career simmered in controversy, Sexyy Red's rise came out of nowhere and set fire to the charts. Within just a couple of years, Sexyy went from being a neighborhood name to headlining arenas. Thanks to her viral hits, explicit lyrics, and larger-than-life personality, she became the voice of a new generation of unapologetic female rappers, bold, ratchet, funny, and confident. Her songs weren't just music. They became catchphrases. Every club, every TikTok, every radio station seemed to have her playing on repeat. Brands started circling. Collaborations with big-name rappers rolled in. Suddenly, Sexyy Red wasn't just an artist, she was a vaba. Like a vaba. She was a vaba. Like, look at this. And look at this. And we all know I've been exploring that. And we all know I've been exploring that path. Brands started circling, with collaborations with Senscree, with Carisiste, Senderesti, with Senda Zakao, FX Play CD to Extend, with Senwai Cats, Good Sit Shift Sen with Senkwai at Kai Win Sishin with Kayu with Cake Ka Clays and with Tissoa Kalike we see you to get to with them with I week so you with the Kakuga see the Ka Etery with the Kinky Willow Wick with it with the wicket we with wick Q with the wicket with you can with the with the kick with the guy where if I keep with cultural moment. But here's the catch. With fame that fast comes scrutiny that heavy. And Sexy Red has been no stranger to scandal. Her lyrics, already labeled too vulgar by critics. Her interviews, sometimes chaotic, sometimes funny, sometimes downright embarrassing. Her leaked videos. Fans still haven't stopped talking about those clips that surfaced last year, clips that almost derailed her momentum. But somehow she always bounced back bigger, louder, stronger. Sexy Red built an empire out of not caring. She embraced being messy. She laughed at haters. And in a world where authenticity sells, she sold it better than anyone. So why now? Why would Khia come for her today? Well, think about it. Khia is old school, a veteran who sees herself as the gatekeeper of what's real in hip-hop. She's been calling out fake personas for years. And here comes Sexy Red, dominating headlines, securing millions, and stealing the spotlight. To Khia, this isn't just about jealousy, it's about principle. She believes Sexy Red represents everything wrong with the new generation. Reckless fame, no accountability, and zero respect for legacy. And when Khia smells blood, she attacks. Hard. That's why when she went live on Instagram and dropped that bombshell accusation claiming Sexy Red is walking around with incurable STDs and mocking her hygiene, the internet froze. It wasn't just Khia talking trash. It felt personal, calculated almost. Like she knew something nobody else did. And here's where it gets darker. Whispers started flying that Khia's receipts didn't come out of thin air. Some insiders are claiming that people in Sexy Red's own circle have been leaking private details behind her back. Imagine that, the betrayal coming from inside the camp. The people who party with her, tour with her, and cash checks off her success, possibly feeding Khia the very ammunition to destroy her. Fans are split. Some say it's impossible, just another Khia stunt. Others swear Khia never lies, she just exposes. And then there's the horrifying middle ground. Maybe there's some truth buried in the exaggeration, because the timing, the precision, the venom in Khia's words, it didn't feel random. It felt like she knew exactly where to cut to do the most damage. And if that's true, then this isn't just another messy beef. This is war. It's a generational clash. Old school versus new school. Legacy versus virality. A woman who built her name on scandal versus a woman who turned scandal into SUPERSTARD. The internet has been begging for someone to challenge Sexy Red's dominance. Now, Khia may have lit the match, but was this just Khia talking wild? Or was it the opening shot in a scandal that could shake hip-hop to its core? It all started on a random Tuesday night. Nobody expected it. Instagram was quiet. People were scrolling half asleep till a notification popped up. Khia is live. Within minutes, thousands poured in. Fans knew what that meant. Chaos was about to unfold. Whenever Khia went live, she didn't just chat. She detonated bombs. And tonight, she came armed. At first, it seemed like her usual antics. She sat in her kitchen, hair tied back, sipping from a glass, smirking into the camera. The comment section was already on fire. What's she finna say this time? Laud. Not another victim tonight. Khia, please don't do it. And then she did it. Khia leaned forward, lowered her voice, and said words that sent the internet into shock. Y'all little princess. Y'all little ratchet queen. Sexy Red. That girl out here burning. And I ain't talking about her music. I'm talking about her body. The live chat exploded. Wait, what? Khia, stop playing new woo. Don't say that ABT's sexy. But Khia wasn't finished. She dragged it further, claiming that insiders had whispered to her directly. Insiders who had seen the medical paperwork, who had smelled the truth up close. She clutched her chest, laughing, saying, "She stinks, baby. Y'all don't smell it through the screen, but the people around her, they know, and they tired of keeping it quiet. That girl walking around with STDs that don't go away, And she's still passing herself around the industry like it's nothing. It was brutal. No filter, no hesitation. She doubled down, mimicking Sexy Red's voice, mocking her lyrics, saying her whole image was built on lies and diseases. The comments spiraled out of control. Nah, Khia whiling for this. Screenshots PLS. We need proof this gonna end sexy. Red's career if it's true. And here's the kicker. Khia pulled out her phone mid-live, scrolled, and claimed she had DMIs from people inside. But then came the first twist, the one that took this from messy to catastrophic. In the middle of her rant, as Sexy Red scrolled her phone trying to prove herself, a notification popped up. Fans screen recorded it instantly. It was a text message from someone saved in her phone as Cousin T. The message preview read, "I told you this would come out. You shoulda kept quiet." The live went silent for a second. Sexy scrambled to swipe it away, pretending it didn't happen. But it was too late. Thousands had seen it. The clips went viral instantly. The internet turned into detectives overnight. Who was Cousin T? Was it family? An ex? Someone in her inner circle leaking her secrets? Why would they say you should have kept quiet? What exactly was she hiding? Suddenly, the story flipped. It wasn't just Khia making wild claims anymore. It was Sexy Red's own phone betraying her in real time. One fan tweeted, "Forget Khia. Did y'all see that text? Her OWN people are exposing her. This goes deeper." Another wrote, "If your cousin texting you like that during your denial, baby, something is fishy." And then conspiracy theories exploded. People started connecting dots. Old leaked videos, past rumors of industry hookups. Even that awkward interview where Sexy got flustered when asked about her health. Suddenly, every past moment was being reanalyzed under a microscope. Meanwhile, Khia jumped back online laughing hysterically, reposting the clip of the text, adding fuel to the fire. "See? I told y'all. The family know. The streets know. I just said it out loud." The war had officially begun, because now it wasn't just about Khia versus Sexy Red. It was about betrayal. Family secrets, leaked receipts, and the possibility that the truth might actually be buried somewhere inside. All this chaos. And if that text from Cousin T was real, then Sexy's empire, her brand, her endorsements, her entire image was hanging by a thread. If you thought Khia's accusations and that infamous Cousin T text were bad, the next 24 hours made it look like child's play. Because that's when the leaked voice notes dropped. At 10 a.m. the very next morning, an anonymous Twitter account called @RealTunlocked posted a thread titled, "Y'all don't want to believe Khia. Fine, but listen to this." Attached were 3 voice recordings. The first one was a muffled conversation between 2 women. Fans immediately speculated it was Sexy Red and one of her closest friends. The voice alleged to be Sexy's could be heard saying, "I hate when people in my family bring it up. Like, I told them I ain't gonna stop living my life because of it. Ain't nobody perfect. And as long as the money coming in, I don't care what they think." Twitter went wild. That's her voice. 100%, so she basically admitted it. This finna end her career. The second voice note was even worse. A male voice, deep, slightly distorted, could be heard laughing and saying, "She told me straight up she got something. But she said you can't catch it if you strong enough. I thought she was joking, but nah, she was dead serious." That one hit like a nuclear bomb, and then came the third recording, the most damning of them all. A tearful female voice, which fans swore was Cousin T, broke down, saying, "We tried to protect her. We begged her to slow down, to get help, to stop lying to the world, but she don't care. She'll say she too far in now. If anybody finds out, she done. But I can't sit back no more while she ruin other people." That was it. The internet lost its mind. The hashtag sex YY exposed hit #1 worldwide within 2 hours. TikTok creators stitched the audio with memes, tears, breakdowns, and reenactments. Twitter threads ran wild, breaking down the evidence with timelines, receipts, and old interviews. Even Instagram gossip blogs plastered the clips with captions like, "Leaked audio, did Sexy Red just get exposed by her OWN family?" And here's the kicker. Celebrities started weighing in. Cardi B commented on one of the blogs, "I don't like Khia, but if these voice notes real, this is serious. Y'all better be careful who you mess with out here." JT from City Girls tweeted and deleted, "I've been knew something was off. Industry be hiding the nastiest secrets." Even Nicki Minaj liked a shady post that said, "Some of these rap girls too dirty to be claiming queen status." Fans immediately took that as confirmation that Nicki was throwing shade at sex. Meanwhile, Sexy Red herself tried to do damage control. She went back live, furious, screaming into the camera, "Y'all dumb if you think that's me. Anybody can fake a voice note. Anybody can piece some *T together. I'm not sick, I'm not dirty, I'm not none of that. Stop playing with me." But the damage was already done. Screenshots of her live showed her looking shaken, defensive, and even guilty to some viewers. Her denial didn't calm fans, it fueled them. One viral tweet read, "If somebody accused me of something like that, I'd be in a doctor's office with cameras rolling, proving I'm clean. Not on IG Live yelling." Another tweet got 500K likes. Notice how she never said, "I don't have it." She just kept saying, "Stop playing with me." Big difference. But the biggest escalation came when Khia herself jumped back in. She reposted the leaked voice notes with the caption, "See, y'all thought Auntie Khia was lying, but the family done spoke. I just opened the door." And then she went on another live, laughing so hard she could barely talk. She said, "I told y'all that girl stank. I told y'all the industry full of diseased roaches." And look, now her OWN cousin tired of covering for her. Don't get mad at me, baby. Get mad at the truth. The comment section under Khia's live was savage. "Khia is evil, but she's spittin' facts. This is beyond rap beef. This, someone's life." At this point, Sexy gotta sue or drop paperwork. Otherwise, she done. But here's the shocking reveal nobody saw coming. An alleged doctor's assistant slid into the drama, diming a popular gossip blogger and claiming that Sexy had indeed visited their clinic months ago for treatment. He refused to give full details, citing privacy laws, but the blogger leaked a blurry screenshot of the conversation where the assistant wrote, "Let's just say, what Khia said ain't far from the truth. That's all I can say." This tiny piece of alleged evidence was enough to tip the scale. Fans who were defending Sexy flipped. Endorsements started trending, people tagging brands that worked, with her demanding they drop her until she clears the rumors. Within hours, people were speculating about canceled bookings. One promoter even posted a shady story saying, "We don't play about health. Integrity first. Some acts won't be returning to our stage." Fans instantly assumed he was talking about sex. Why? So now, let's line this up. Khia started with accusations. A cousin's text appeared on Sexy's live. Leaked voice notes surfaced, confirming whispers. Celebrities chimed in an alleged clinic. Worker added fuel. Promoters hinted at dropping her. This wasn't just gossip anymore. This was a full-blown industry scandal spiraling out of control. And the cliffhanger. By midnight, a mysterious Dropbox link began circulating online. Fans claimed it contained actual medical records tied to Sexy Red. Nobody could verify it yet. But the rumor alone was enough to send the internet into meltdown by the time the sun rose the next day. This wasn't just tea. It was an international firestorm. Every blog, every outlet, every podcast from Hollywood Unlocked to TMZ had already slapped Sexy Red exposed across their headlines. The Daily Mail ran, "Rapper Sexy Red accused of hiding alleged STD family." Fans and leaks point to shocking secret. The voice notes, the cousin, the clinic worker. Too much smoke for there not to be fire? But then came the defenders. Y'all hate women too much. This is a witch hunt. How convenient that a female rapper on top gets dragged with the nastiest rumor possible. Till I see real paperwork, she's still the princess of this rap game. The debate got so ugly that fans were doxing each other, blocking, unfollowing, and even recording TikTok rants that went viral. One girl's teary video captioned, "I can't defend her no more, y'all. My stomach hurts." Got 6 million views overnight. But it wasn't just fans. The industry itself began moving in silence, a high profile makeup brand that had just announced a collab with Sexy quietly deleted her posts from their page. Another festival she was headlining suddenly posted a cryptic announcement. Lineup. Update coming soon. Thanks for understanding. Everybody instantly knew what that meant, and then celebrities piled in with their reactions. Summer. Walker wrote in her story, "Stop playing with PPL health. That's all I'ma say." Doja Cat liked a tweet that said, "Khia may be messy, but she don't lie about the dirty stuff." Even Saucy Santana couldn't resist tweeting, "If yo coochie clean, you don't gotta argue with nobody, period." People took that as a straight shot at Sexy Red. But the most brutal reaction, she posted a single, chilling Instagram story. A plain black background with white text that read, "The truth always smells before it's seen." Fans immediately screenshotted it, convinced it was shade at the "she stinks" narrative Khia had started. Meanwhile, Sexy Red tried to go radio silent, deleting tweets, archiving old photos, and refusing to post new content. That silence made things worse. One viral comment summed it up. "The longer she stays quiet, the guiltier she looks." Podcasters started dissecting every move. YouTubers dropped hour-long breakdowns with titles like "The Dark Side of Sexy Red." The truth behind the rumors, Khia was right. Leaked audio destroys Sexy Red's reputation, the STD scandal that could end a rap career and views. They were in the millions. Even mainstream news outlets joined in. CNN ran a segment questioning whether celebrity privacy was dead in the age of leaks. Fox News labeled her the latest example of toxic hip-hop culture. MSNBC debated whether women in rap were unfairly targeted by smear campaigns. But while the media debated, damage in the streets was undeniable. Clubs started booing when DJs played her songs. In Miami, a DJ allegedly cut her track halfway through and said into the mic, "We not playing dirty music tonight." Clips of that moment went viral on TikTok with captions like, "This is how fast a career can end." And then came the worst humiliation. A leaked email from a PR firm allegedly working with her team revealed that dozens of outlets had refused paid interviews until she cleared the allegations publicly. That email ended up everywhere, further proving that the industry was already turning its back. Even insiders whispered that other female rappers were secretly celebrating. One source claimed, "You wouldn't believe the group chats right now." Girls who hated how fast Sexy blew up, baiting popcorn and laughing. But here's where things got even darker. A new hashtag started trending on X, formerly Twitter. Hashtag Show the Papers fans demanded that Sexy Red release her medical records to prove she was clean. Some even posted memes of Maury Povich holding a manila envelope with captions like, "The results are in. You do have it." The cruelty was unrelenting, and while her haters laughed, her defenders cried foul, saying, "Y'all, asking a black woman to expose her private medical files to the world. This is harassment." The divide was vicious, but then came the moment that truly tipped the scales. A respected journalist who covered hip-hop for over a decade tweeted late at night, "I've seen what's being passed around behind the scenes. If this is what I think it is, tomorrow morning's headlines will end her career permanently." That single tweet racked up 2.5 million views in 3 hours. Everyone braced themselves. Everyone stayed up late, refreshing, waiting for what was about to break, and sure enough, by dawn, something leaked that nobody could have prepared for. By the time the internet finished arguing, it was already too late. The so-called final blow had dropped, and it wasn't speculation. Wasn't whispers. It wasn't even voice notes anymore. It was documents. An anonymous Dropbox link exploded across Twitter at 3:12 a.m. At first, people thought it was fake, but when they opened it, screenshots, scans, and even photos were inside. The folder was titled Confidential Red Files. Inside, there were alleged medical papers with Sexy Red's full government name. They listed clinic visits, lab tests, and diagnoses. One document showed dates as recent as last year. Another was stamped with the word positive. Fans went insane. "Oh nah, this just ended her. Ain't no coming back from this. She's finished. Y'all told us it was rumors, but these receipts don't lie." Twitter caught fire. Hashtags like #RedFiles and #STD scandal immediately began trending worldwide, but here's where it got worse. Photos were also leaked from inside what looked like a medical clinic. One blurry shot showed someone who resembled her sitting in a waiting room. Hoodie pulled low, clearly trying to stay hidden. People began stitching those photos with paparazzi shots from the same week, comparing nails, shoes, even the way she held her phone. The internet jury didn't hesitate. It's her, 100%. But the most damning piece wasn't the paperwork. It was the alleged email exchange. Screenshots showed back and forth messages between a woman with her government name and a clinic worker. In the leaked emails, the woman allegedly begged, "Please keep this confidential. This gets out, my entire career is over. I'll pay extra if I have to." When those screenshots dropped, even her defenders froze. One fan tweeted, "I can't defend this no more." Not when she said it herself. But insiders whispered something far more sinister. This wasn't just a leak. This was a targeted hit job. According to one source close to her management, the Dropbox wasn't hacked randomly. It was allegedly sold. Someone from her own circle, someone who had access, handed it over. And they knew exactly what would happen once the world saw those files. Imagine the betrayal. Not just exposed, but allegedly backstabbed by her OWN people. And while fans reeled, the industry responded like clockwork. Her upcoming festival slot quietly erased from the lineup graphic. Her brand collab website temporarily unavailable. Even her label silent, no statements, no support. That silence felt like abandonment. But then, in the middle of all this chaos, another voice re-entered the chat. Khia herself. She went live on Instagram, smirking, sipping wine, holding her phone up to show the trending hashtags. She said, "Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I say she stank?" The truth always comes out. Y'all called me a liar. Y'all called me a hater. Look at the receipts. Look at it. I don't lie on nobody's health. I just expose what they hide. And guess what? This ain't even the worst of it. That last line, it sent the internet into meltdown. Not the worst of it. What else is there? Suddenly, speculation spun out of control. Some believed more files were about to drop. Others thought videos existed. And the cruelest theory, that another artist, maybe a rival, had bought the leaks just to end her Twitter threads stretched for miles. Connecting dots, pulling old interviews, digging up lyrics where she bragged about men chasing her. Now fans reread those bars with disgust. The hypocrisy, fans argued, was unforgivable. But here's the real kicker. By sunrise, lawyers were involved. An alleged cease and desist began circulating, supposedly from her legal team, demanding blogs delete the files. But instead of shutting things down, that move only made fans hungrier. If it's fake, why the lawyers trying to silence it? The Streisand effect was in full force. The harder her team tried to bury it, the more viral it got. And now the question everyone's asking isn't just, did she lie? It's, can Sexy Red ever come back from this? Because this wasn't just about rumors anymore. This was proof. This was betrayal. This was humiliation on the biggest stage. Possible and worst of all, Khia's chilling words, "This ain't even the worst of it," left a shadow hanging over her entire future. If this wasn't the worst, then what on earth could possibly come next? So now the question is, where do we even go from here? Because let's be real, we've seen scandals before, we've seen rumors before, but this feels different. It feels permanent. Khia lit the match, but the explosion that came from inside Sexy Red's own world, somebody close to her sold her out. Somebody with access pulled the trigger. And now her whole career might collapse in front of our eyes, but here's the part nobody can agree on. Is this the truth? Or is this the ultimate smear campaign? Because think about it, the timing is too perfect. It's just when she was climbing charts, just when her face was everywhere. Boom, files drop. Is this jealousy? Is this revenge? Or is this the ugly reality finally catching up to her? And then there's Khia's haunting words. "This ain't even the worst of it." What does that mean? Are we about to see a second wave of receipts? Or is this just Khia stirring the pot to make sure the internet never stops talking? Now I want you to weigh in. Do you believe the Red files are legit? Or is this another case of faked paperwork, edited screenshots, and internet manipulation? Drop your take in the comments right now, because this debate is tearing social media apart and your opinion matters. And let's be honest, the second leak drops, it won't just damage her. It could end her permanently. But that's exactly why you can't afford to miss the next update. Because if the whispers are true, what's coming next will make this whole STD scandal look like child's play. So smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on all notifications, because when that next wave of drama hits, you're going to want to be here first. This story is nowhere near finished. In fact, the darkest part may still be waiting in the shadows. The only question is, when it finally drops, will Sexy Red even survive it?